Have you ever had to deal with a narcissist? Well, I have. Stay tuned. This is what I'm dealing with now. Tell me, have you ever had to deal with a narcissist? A full-blown narcissist? I've never had to deal with one in the capacity that I have to deal with one now. I work with one. And it's such a struggle because I don't handle lies well. I do not. I don't handle lies very well at all. I want the truth to be the truth. I don't want fabricated stories. I don't want made up stories. I don't want drama. I want reality. I'm a realist. I want reality. However, man, this is hard. This is really hard. Dealing with this guy constantly. Dealing with a narcissistic personality is very difficult. This guy, he was a millionaire, an airplane pilot. Has a fictitious, rich goddaughter. Says his car was paid off by her, and all of a sudden he's making car payments because he forgets. He tells us these stories and he forgets. The latest that really disturbs me is he made up this story about his fictitious goddaughter having twins. And this happened like in August. And he still says, this is now January 18th, 2021, and the babies are still like 3 weeks old. The girl was a prodigy. She graduated school at like 12 or 13 years old, went on to college. Now she's studying to be a lawyer. Yeah. So anyhow, he made up these babies. She had twins, a little boy and a little girl. All of a sudden, 2 weekends ago, the little boy is sent to the ER with asthma. Last week, the little boy supposedly died. So the funeral was this past Saturday. I don't think he ever left the park. I don't know. I was gone for a while because I had a dog sit this weekend. But I find it extremely disturbing that somebody could make up lies. Oh yeah, and then he said that God took the baby back. That God decided that the baby should be in his hands. What? That's disturbing. That's very disturbing that somebody would make this kind of stuff up. It really messes with me mentally. Absolutely messes with me mentally. How somebody can take life so lightly and make up fake life and throw it at people like it's reality. Just blows my mind. And if you call him out on it, he'll get very, very angry with you. I mean, I've dealt with this guy on some pretty bad levels. Pretty bad. You know, and this is one of the reasons why I need to get prepared and leave this job and just live my life for me. One day, I had an incident. I was in the laundry room doing laundry, and you know, I had been telling him that this one site needed to be cleaned off because I needed to rent it. And finally, he got around to it like maybe a week later. Then he came in all proud of himself. But in the meantime, he had been talking about me. And I got tired of it. He was slandering me. He was making things up about me. He has a real jealousy problem. He doesn't like women very much, I don't think. And he doesn't like that I am the park manager and that he is maintenance. And he always wants my job. But he says, no, I never want your job. It's too difficult. But yet he acts like he could run my job. One of the tenants outside, he's funny. I hear him. But anyhow, the incident in the laundry room, and I was doing my laundry. He came in all happy that he finally cleaned off that site. And I looked at him and I said, stop talking about me. And he flew off the handle. He cornered me. He threatened me. He would not let me leave. And I flipped out. I just totally flipped out, and I started, you know, I didn't yell back at him or anything, but I started screaming because I was cornered. And I have PTSD. So 3 men came running, and then he released me. He should have been fired, and he wasn't. I had to take a little bit of break on that one. You know, and back to the baby. Of course, a few of us said, you know, babies don't typically die of asthma, and they have NICU. You know, you're not just admitted to the hospital. You have NICU, and you have all kinds of health care. And so then he changed his story, and he said they discovered that the baby had a brain tumor, and that the brain tumor took the baby. Oh my. Another time, we lost a tenant because he didn't clean off a site, and the tenant checked in, looked at the grounds, didn't even unload their stuff, just drove off. So I approached him and I said, you know, the tenant that just moved in left because you didn't clear off that site. And he got angry with me, and he goes, do you want to fight about it? You know, we could go outside and we could deck it out right now. I'll fight you for that, over that. I'm like, no. I said, let's be a little more professional than that. I said, we just lost a tenant because of you. And he was all angry. And he's sitting out there with my neighbors. And my neighbors went, you know, calm down to him. And I left. But I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, and the guy, I don't even think he ever graduated school, to be honest. He's not very smart at all. There's no way he could be a pilot. There's no way he could be any of this stuff. Plus, I've known him for a few years now. None of it is true. He wrecks almost every car he gets, and it's always somebody else's fault. And I've been with him in his vehicle, and he doesn't look. He just tunnel vision straight through. I don't think he'll be seeing this video. If he does, he does. But I don't think he'll see this video, and I'm not mentioning names. But they don't watch my videos. Nobody in this park watches my videos. But I keep it that way. I don't want to advertise myself and put myself out there. And I try to talk about the park as little as possible because I am the manager. But man, the stuff I've dealt with over the past few years, I'll be ready to get out of here. And when I do, I'll be able to open up and tell more stories. Right now, I really can't. Somebody's asked me last week, why don't you tell some more stories about the park? I can't. I work here. I can't really say much right now. So, geez. And then somebody said, well, why are you so upset about the baby situation? There's books out there written on such things. And, people make up stories all the time. And I said, yes, but those books are labeled fact or fiction. They're not thrown at you as though they're fact. This guy throws it at you like it's a fact. And there's a difference there. You don't play with people's emotions. You just don't. Another situation here, which really freaked me out yesterday. We have a neighboring lot and they have dogs. And the dogs get loose and run through the park. And not everybody's going to like dogs. I get that. I totally get that. However, one tenant told me she was going to shoot the dogs. And I said, you cannot do that. I gave her the numbers for animal control. I said, call animal control when they become a nuisance. If I'm not here, call animal control. I said, it's not legal for you to shoot their dogs. And she said, okay. And then another tenant that also, she's a little different. What is it called? I'm trying to think of the word. She said she wouldn't do this, but she wished that somebody would stick snares on top of those people's fence line so the dogs would jump the fence and hang themselves and kill themselves. Wow. Wow. Really? You hate dogs that much, but yet you have a dog. I don't get the mentality. Life to me is precious. Precious. You don't take life for granted. You don't hurt people. You don't hurt animals. It's not a ruthless thing to do. I mean, it's a ruthless thing to do. It's definitely a ruthless thing to do. But why? But why? I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. But anyhow, that's the reality of what I have to deal with. So, y'all take care out there. I just wanted to make a little video about this and get some of this stuff off my chest, because this is what I've been dealing with. And this isn't a job for the feeble-hearted. This is not a job. I take my work seriously. And I love my people. I love my tenants. Most of them are very, very good people. It just takes those few bad people to upset the whole cart. It upsets good people. It upsets everybody. And it's inconsiderate. So when you're living in an RV park in close proximity to others, please respect that. Use RV park etiquette. Somebody told me yesterday, yeah, I kind of like to take shortcuts between the RVs so that I can look in their windows and see what they do. What? I said, that is not good RV park etiquette. And no, do not do that. Wow. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to close this out. I don't want to get too carried away with what I'm going to say. So, y'all take care out there. I love you and live the life you love. Talk to y'all later. Bye.